If you guys are looking for a luxury community here in Colorado or the Denver metro area, where you're looking for luxury homes, wide open spaces, gorgeous mountain views, and those large lots which are so hard to come by, well, this community is going to be just for you. So today we are going to be diving into one of Parker's most unique and exclusive developments called Vivant. It's located on the southeast side of Parker. It's Douglas County Schools and gives you all of the open space you could possibly imagine while still being only 15 or 20 minutes from all of your day-to-day necessities. This is arguably one of the best places where you're just out there far enough, but just close enough to everything that you're gonna need. And we're not just gonna tell you about the community today, but we're going to dive into one of the specific homes that is for sale out here to give you guys a look at what these unique homes look like on the inside. So before we dive into the community too much, let me give you some highlights of the home. So here we are at 8648 Carneros Court in Parker, Colorado. This home is listed just under 1.7 at $1,690,000. Features 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, and just under 5,000 square feet. Here we've got an office right in the front of the house, and one of my favorite things that you'll notice about the rooms here are these floor-to-ceiling black framed windows, which are super unique. And honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen a design like that quite yet in a new build home here in Colorado. Tons of windows and natural light. You've got these beautiful vaulted ceilings and featured wall fireplace. Big open area for dining. Probably 15-foot ceilings here, 25-foot ceilings there. Here's your gourmet kitchen. Gas range with your hood, gotta have that. Now over here, you're gonna find your appliances. You've got your double oven, refrigerator, and butler's pantry. Come around here, you're gonna find one of the guest bedrooms with ensuite bathroom. Coming through to the primary bedroom, and just look at all the windows in here. Now, one of the coolest features of the primary is you come through here to the bathroom. You've got one vanity here. Gorgeous bathtub, surrounded by windows and natural light. And then your giant shower. And you keep walking around here, and you have your other vanity. Toilet, and right back here into the bedroom. Now, one thing I did not show you guys, I'm going to come back through here. We've got walk-in closet number 1, walk-in closet number 2, and even more importantly, toilet number 2. This is the first house that I've actually seen his and her toilets. So no more fighting over your husband or wife or spouse taking too much time in the bathroom, because you can each do your business at the same time here. It's pretty diabolical. All right, let's keep coming through here. And we are going to head down into the basement. Now, this is a garden level basement. So there's 3 types of basements that you're gonna find here in Colorado. You're gonna have standard in-ground, which is gonna feel more like this, where you just have your windows, your window wells, you don't have a lot of natural light. You're gonna have garden level basements, which sit right here to where you do get a lot more light. Oh, and here we've got a little friend hanging out here, nice little young buck. This is pretty standard for what you're gonna find out here, guys. Just deer hanging out by your house, just like they're your pets. And you're gonna have walkout basements as well, which is where you have direct access from the basement to the outside. So as we come through here, this hallway, we're gonna find your 4th bedroom here with walk-in closet, full bath. And then bedroom number 5. This is a huge room here. Another walk-in closet. A lot more light coming in this side of the house. And then we've got an ensuite bath here as well. So just to recap, we've got 3 bedrooms upstairs if you count the office. You've got 2 bedrooms down here on the lower level. And then this big sort of secondary living room for entertaining. And then let's see what we've got back here. Okay, so back here we have a huge unfinished area. Traps all the way around. This is where you're gonna have all of your utilities. But then over here, this could easily be a theater or just storage, which is how they have it laid out right now. Couldn't be a bedroom because you don't have any egress windows down here, but man, this would be a great theater or even workout room if you didn't want to do that here in the main area. All right, now coming out to the patio. So we open this big multi-panel sliding door here. We've got this beautiful covered patio, which this is most likely where I'd be eating dinner every single night if I lived out here. But I wanted to come out here to show you guys just a little bit of the landscape and how big these lots are out here. So this particular home sits on 1.6 acres. And a lot of the homes that you're gonna find out here are on anywhere from 1 to 5 acres. And if you guys have been looking in Colorado for any amount of time, you know just how hard it is to find acreage within reasonable distance to your daily amenities, the Targets, the grocery stores, things like that. And you can see just how well the homes are spaced out here. Now, a lot of you guys know that I live in Elizabeth. So Elizabeth is a pretty rural area. It is about 15 minutes southeast from where we're at right now. One of the little known benefits that I experienced when coming out to Elizabeth, which will be the same story for you guys out here, is when you get out here and you really get away from that light pollution, the stars and the skies just look absolutely amazing. So if I flip this back around, you'll see we don't have street lights or anything like that. So at nighttime when you guys are out here and you put in your fire pit or your gazebo and your hot tub, the sky is going to look completely different out here than it will any other place in Parker or any of these other major cities for that matter. So it's one of those things that is easy to overlook until you're actually living out in an area like this, but I definitely wanted to point it out because it is one of my favorite things about living out in the country. Now, this particular home was actually built by Joyce Homes. Joyce is no longer building out here. The only builder left in Vivant is Cardell Homes, but they build as equally of good as product and very unique as you guys saw. Everything out here is very modern, very contemporary, still with that touch of Colorado, but I love that we're bringing a lot of the sort of, I would call it like California style architecture out here, because a lot of Colorado homes up until I'd say maybe 5 years or so ago, there was just a very Colorado feel. It's kind of hard to find some of those contemporary, more modern looking homes. But thanks to Cardell and Joyce, we have plenty of them out here in Parker. So what I'm gonna do now, guys, I'm gonna go jump in the truck and I'm going to drive you guys around so you can get a feel for the neighborhood, the other homes that are out here, and just ultimately want to give you guys an idea of how much space there is out here so that you can determine if this is a place for you or not. All right, now as we go to head out of the community here, we're coming upon Hilltop Road. Now, Hilltop is going to be the main road that you take in and out of the neighborhood. And I want to jump on here because I want to show you guys just how close you are to shopping and dining, because it may feel like you are out a ways from everything, but that's exactly what you want when you live in a community like this without actually being far away from everything. So we're going to cruise on Hilltop for about 4 minutes, and then I am going to pull over at one of the first little shopping centers that we come to, where you guys are going to be able to grab some good tacos, grab some good drinks, and then hit a grocery store and even have quick accessibility, like I said before, to the Targets and all of the day-to-day shopping that you're going to need. All right, so I just drove 5 minutes down the road, maybe. One of the best things I love about this area is that this is such a new and developing part of Parker. You're gonna see new restaurants pop up, urgent cares, gyms, things like that. Literally everything that you could need, and they're only building more down here because more and more people are getting attracted to this area. So let me flip the camera on here so you guys can get a feel for what this kind of looks like. Here we have a new vet. There's a new pizzeria right there. As I come around and try not to get hit in the parking lot, you see Fuzzy's Tacos. If you guys are in the area here, definitely come by Fuzzy's for great tacos. Some of the best margaritas that I think you can find in Parker. You've got this sauna studio. You have a really good poke place here. Of course, you've got Starbucks. You've got your Orange Theory. You've got the barber shop down here, and then you've got the urgent care, dentist office, quite literally everything that you need. And then just 5 more minutes north from here on Parker Road, you've got your Target, all your chains you could possibly imagine. And just a few minutes south of here, you have King Soopers, which is your main grocery store. It's like the Kroger brand. So whatever the Kroger brand is in your city, King Soopers is our equivalent out here. But I wanted to come over here just to show you guys 5 minutes down the road, everything that you've got, all while living on acreage. All right, now before we jump into more information on the community and do a little map tour, I want to remind you guys that we are licensed real estate agents, and as much as we like making these videos, we'd love more to help you with your relocation to Colorado. So there's a number popping up on the screen below. Throw us a phone call, text message, or email. We'd love to help you out. All right, now with that being said, let's talk a little bit more about where the community is in relation to Parker and the state of Colorado as a whole. All right, so here we are on our maps. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, because the house here in the middle of the screen, but I'm gonna zoom out here so you guys can see exactly where this is as it relates to Denver. Here in the very top left here, we have Denver sitting right here in the middle, surrounded by all the metro cities. And down to the southeast by about 30 to 35 minutes or so, you're going to see Parker, Colorado. Okay, Parker, Colorado, we featured a lot on this channel. It's a very popular suburb here on the southeast side of the Denver metro area. And then the neighborhood itself, Vivant, is located just on the southeast side of Parker. So we're gonna zoom in right down here. Now, that road that I just showed you where you have that shopping center is this main road here called Hilltop. So again, Hilltop is going to be your main thoroughfare in and out of the neighborhood. From the house out Hilltop to this main intersection here at Hess and Parker Road is probably about 6 minutes or so. As I mentioned, if you just head directly south on Parker Road, you're gonna come down here and you're gonna see a King Soopers. That's where you're gonna do your day-to-day grocery shopping most likely. Now, if we come north on Parker Road a little bit, this is where you're then going to get into Home Depot, Walmart, Target, Texas Roadhouse, all those things that you're gonna need. This is a very popular shopping center here as well. And then Parker Road is also the main road that is going to take you up to 470, which is going to take you out to DIA, Denver International Airport. And it's also the road that's going to take you if you want to go out to the mountains. So again, you're very, very outside of Parker. However, you're still very close to all of these things. There's Vivant community up to the airport. You're probably looking at about 40 minutes or so. So still well under an hour. Now, another area that I want to point out to you guys is if you're living, in that Southeast Parker area, right around here, for your date nights or outlet shopping and just little getaways for the weekend and stuff like that, you're probably going to be going to Castle Rock for quite a few things. Now, what's good about this location in Castle Rock is, again, you're either going to come straight down Parker Road and then take Highway 86 out to Castle Rock. That's the way that I take most of the time. Or you can go ahead and take this back way, which is going to be Crowfoot Valley down to Castle Rock. So either way, you're very close to Castle Rock, again, under 30 minutes, probably 23 or 25 minutes, and you're well within 20 minutes to Parker. So again, when I say you're far enough away, you have that acreage, but you're still close to these two major metro cities for your day-to-day shopping. Now let's talk school districts real quick. Now with this being in Parker, you're actually going to be in the Douglas County School District. Even though this house is just about 13 minutes away from where I live in Elizabeth, I'm in Elizabeth School District. I don't get the benefit of having Douglas County schools. Now, if you're not familiar with Douglas County School District, they're usually always rated within the top 5 best school districts here in Colorado. And as far as the specific schools for this home, it is going to be Iron Horse Elementary, Cimarron Middle School, and then Legend High School. Legend High School and Cimarron are both just a little bit over a mile away from the house, so they're very, very close. Legend is a fairly new high school, and they have really, really good sports programs, and it is a highly rated high school. So if you have those older kiddos, that's going to be a great thing for you. And again, those schools are super close, so your kids aren't going to have to go very far. Now, overall, one of the main reasons that I think that this community is such a good opportunity right now is exactly like what I was mentioning in the beginning of this video. It is so hard to find acreage here in Colorado, or even 1 acre that is within a suburban setting that is close to your daily amenities. It's honestly very, very difficult. They don't really have a lot of properties like that out here. So this is very unique, and it is growing like crazy out here. This part of Parker and Elizabeth where I live, it used to just be, very, very rural, and there weren't a whole lot of people that even knew about these areas, which is why there's so much room to build out here and have these big lots. But I think the secret is out. A lot more people are coming to Colorado, and they're looking for these bigger lots, all still while being close to everything, and they're so hard to find. While this neighborhood is still fairly new and growing and developing, I think there is a bit of opportunity for you guys before this area really, really, really hits its price ceiling, which I think is probably coming within the next 5 years or so, once just people learn a little bit more about these areas. On that road Hilltop, it is mostly a 2-lane road. So, during morning traffic hours and evening traffic hours, you're going to find a little bit of traffic out there. Again, there's not a ton of people living out there right now, so it's not terrible. But based on some current construction that is going on there, I would think it's safe to say that they are expanding the road in anticipation of more and more traffic out there as more residential homes become available. So now is the time, guys, if you are looking to get into an area like this, because I don't think it is going to be this easy to get a home out here with this big of a lot for very much longer. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for spending some time with us. Again, call that number or text that number that is on the screen right now if you'd like any assistance with your relocation to Colorado, and we'll see you guys next week.